Former President Donald Trump is expected in federal court Tuesday, indicted now for a second time, this time on charges related to his handling of classified documents.
Trump is the current frontrunner in the Republican primary for president. It's his continued false claims the 2020 election was stolen and the subsequent impact here in Wisconsin that troubled former Republican State Senator Kathy Bernier. She's now head of the Wisconsin chapter of a new bipartisan coalition focused on election education called Keep Our Republic.
Kathy, thank you for joining us here on Upfront.
It's my pleasure.
So what's the biggest goal for this organization, especially heading into 2024?
We want to identify and prevent extraordinary threats to our democracy. Benjamin Franklin stated that the challenge would be to keep our republic, hence our name, Keep Our Republic. And so that is our goal, and we're going to do our best to educate. It's going to be a little easier with our center-left, center-right people, but I think it's time for Americans to be Americans and unite around our election results.
Keep Our Republic says that these hyper-localized efforts will build trust, respect, and confidence in Wisconsin's election administration and educate folks about post-election day processes. How do you plan on doing that?
Well, I've created a plan for the state of Wisconsin that is unique to the state of Wisconsin. Pennsylvania and Michigan have a different plan, but that is to bring in county clerks, municipal clerks, clergy, police, sheriff, individuals, whoever in the community that have a great deal of respect within that community to educate them on the electoral process. That is one thing most people don't understand thoroughly unless you're a clerk. A county clerk or a municipal clerk, all of the processes and procedures, the checks and balances, and the fact that Wisconsin's electoral system is all backed up on paper.
It's a bipartisan group, Keep Our Republic, including former Democratic Lieutenant Governor Barbara Lawton, as well as former Republican Governor Tommy Thompson. Is the goal here to target election deniers?
Yes, clearly that is the goal for the educational process, as well as Democrats too. You know, when the election results are in and the certifications have been done, then both Democrats and Republicans, whether you're a congressperson, a justice system, or an everyday elector, you need to accept those election results.
Yeah, what's your greatest concern heading into 2024?
That the election results will be undermined and people will be take extraordinary measures. We're going to take a look at and have a discussion about what the safeguards are for the state of Wisconsin should there be any disruptions to our electoral system. But I do believe, you know, many of the people that went to Washington and that breached the Capitol, most of them regret that decision. So I'm an optimist. So I think that just educating individuals on the electoral system should pretty tamp down any kind of extraordinary accusations. But then again, like I said, I think election officials, you know, getting out the vote is the party's responsibility, not the election officials' responsibility. And we need to just follow the processes as set out by state law and with the guidance of the Wisconsin Election Commission.
Getting back to Keep Our Republic, looking short term, come December 2024, after the presidential election, what will you gauge or what will you be monitoring to show some success with the organization?
Well, you know, I had been thinking about some of the Keep Our Republic individuals kind of just keep, participating in the electoral process. We're kind of fluid right now because we're new and we're just starting out. But we plan to have a conference with the advisory council, and we're going to stay abreast of what's going on electorally. And we just need to go out there and spread the message with like minds, the Democrats and the Republicans on our advisory council.
Kathy Bernier, the Wisconsin State Director for Keep Our Republic. Thank you so much for your time. We appreciate it.
You are very welcome.
Up next, millions in preparation for a debate and convention.